like that. So we're on Sweathy Canyon. So let's just pause it there. So at the bottom team we have Wi-Fi, who is 2000. We have Wesh, who is 1500, and we have Akismet, who is also 2000. So quite high ranks on this side, on the bottom team. At the top team we have the Muffin Man, who is 2000 ranked. We have Gingerbread Man, who is 1900, and we have Grimplex, who is 1800. So quite some high rated players in this one, so we'll see how this one plays out. So we have an Aeon, Cybran and UEF for the top team, and for the bottom team we have a Seraphim, UEF and Seraphim. So 2 Seraphim in UEF and one of Aeon, Cybran and UEF on the top. Map 10k as well. What's the reclaim count on this? So we're about just over 18,000 map reclaim on the entire map. Bump this up a bit. Get the initial builds out the way and done. Marines. Blue. Some slants coming out for Wi-Fi. Interesting, a lot of raiding units from the bottom team compared to the top team are just happy with expanding their engineers with no early raids. So I'm gonna see some early engineer kills here, it looks like. Salan's parked up here. Are they cloaked? Yes, so we've got some early radar up here for Akismet, knowing where the choke points are. Tank out for Grimplex, gonna deal with that Marine. Down back to normal speed now. Grimplex moving towards the mexes over here. T1 bomber out for Gingerbread Man. So we're going to see some stuff happen here. Engineers out for Wi-Fi. Going to claim this area with a build a couple of factories to deal with that. We have ACU placement all the way over towards here to try and deal with that. T1 bomber takes out the engineer from building the naval factory for Wesh, and another one there to took out reclaiming all that engineer, all those trees. With that bomber taking out that factory production, straight onto a sub for Gingerbread Man to try and lock down this naval position. Here, whereas Wesh is moving his ACU to finish this naval factory off. Unclaimed mechs there being pinged in the middle of their base. Units moving towards the top, towards Grimplex now. No land units as yet from Gingerbread Man, so Grimplex is going to have to deal with land forces from Akismet and Wesh at the moment. Akismet has started his T2 HQ, his land HQ, so Tech 2 started there just under 5 minutes. Poking over here with a couple of Auroras on Wi-Fi. Grimplex pushing up now, getting the Hydro, securing his position over here as well. Wi-Fi is pushing his ACU up to try and deal with this little bit of an incursion. T1 bomber out to help with that, but it's going to be shot down by these interceptors from Gingerbread Man. His ACU towards this little peninsula here, building a couple of factories there to try and support and get some units down to attack Wi-Fi. It's the base of Grimplex. Going to take out this engineer here, so he's going to know there's some units here. Going to have to divert some units over here to deal with that. At this moment in time, looks like area is advantage top team. T1 bomber at the back, killing 2 engineers there. Gun started for Kismet on the ACU. Slowly building up some units now over here for Muffin Man. There, and we can have a look at some eco. So for Wi-Fi, we are at 42 mass income. Well, we don't even click on it because of the new scoreboard. So we're at 42. I think that was due to a... No, so we're at 44 income for Wi-Fi. Wesh, we're looking at about 33%, 33 mass income. And for Kismet, we're looking at about 43. So that's just above low 40s, 30s for the bottom team. Grimplex, we're looking at 41 mass per tick. Gingerbread Man, we're looking at 25 mass per tick. And for the Muffin Man, we're looking at 53 mass per tick, but going to have a severe power stall. Quite a big army here for Kismet now, with Grimplex having to split his army a bit for 2 focus. A lot of units, Auroras now here for Muffin Man, who is getting an upgrade. Didn't see what that was. Muffin Man is getting the range gun. That will be where his power stall has come from. Naval has been locked down by the Gingerbread Man. The short is slow enough so he can get those frigates to deal some damage to the T1 units on the land. Invested quite a bit into it, got two naval factories down. This now forces Wesh to put all his resources now into land production, because he is locked out of navy. Which is going to be hard for Grimplex as well, because there's more units he's having to deal with, because he's having to split his force. Moving his ACU back, not enough land units here to help deal with it. Kismet moving up with his comm now with that gun ACU. Trying to push in here as well from Grimplex, but meets more resistance. Speed and gun for Wi-Fi over here. We now have speed finishing for Muffin Man. So we have double gun for the Muffin Man now. Kismet pushing up with these units into Grimplex's territory, getting Grimplex's now speed, getting gun. Grimplex's side across the water. Muffin Man now pushing in with this double gun. Has a lot of units here to support him as well with that double gun. How many units so we have in this area, we have 30 Auroras roughly in this area, but we have got a run by over here with a couple FAMs over here. A lot of units pushed in now on Grimplex over here. He has finished the gun upgrade, so we'll help him out a bit here. A lot of units pushing in here from Kismet and Wesh. ACU pushing in on Wi-Fi's ACU here. He has got the gun upgrade. He's just finished his own gun upgrade as well. Bump this up to normal speed. Going to lose a few Auroras here too, because he's too close, but we do have Ilshivas on this field as well, so that's going to deal a blow to the range advantage he did have. Wi-Fi pushing with his ACU against that gun comm, which isn't advisable. Taking a lot of damage there. Muffin Man pushing across now. Bring his ACU to help. Grimplex over on that side. T2 Air 4 Wash. Wi-Fi pushed out with sub 5k HP on the ACU there. Kismet just sat here now, piling up his resources. Building a couple of factories planned there to get some more units over here. Mongeese out for Grimplex now, so he is at T2. Just not a lot of units for Grimplex on this side compared to a Kismet. T1 bombers dealing huge blows to the Auroras. Bringing in his air, but this is going to hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Auroras down in one bomb from that T1 bomber, which is disgusting. Kismet pushing slowly, trying to push his way into Grimplex's territory here. T1 bomber is on 3 vet. That T1 bomber has paid for itself so much. 3 vet already. Zooey's dealing damage to these PDs. Grimplex not looking very healthy here. He does have 1 vet, so he has got that bit of a regen. Using the range of those Mongeese as well as he can. Mobile shields moving into place as well to help deal some blockages to the gun comm from a Kismet. Asu for a Gingerbread Man, just chilling in the water there. Mongeese dropping a Kismet down to sub 6000 HP. Muffin Man pushing in again with that double gun. Has T2 on the front now, so PD creep of T2 PD coming up now as well. Same with Wi-Fi as well, creeping these T2 PD up. Muffin Man looks a lot more healthier as compared to Wi-Fi here at sub 5k HP. Wi-Fi is pushing in to try and deal as much as he can to Muffin Man's territory. Nano repair started for a Kismet to get some more regen on that commander. Now we're looking in the bases. T2 Pigeon going up for Grimplex. Crosshair's being made by Gingerbread Man. Asylum out now for Muffin Man to give that a little bit more protection. T1 bombers in as well, but we do have a flak up now, which will help his army a lot better. We have a T3 air transition for Wesh. He has a couple of Riptides in the water now, so he has a chance to get back into the Navy, but I don't see how much of a big deal that's going to make now. Nano repair going down on Grimplex's commander as well. Wi-Fi just taking so much unnecessary damage from this ACU. Low 4k HP. Corsair snipe on the T2PG. Words. T2P gen for this upgrading T3 factory. That's going to hurt. Going to stop this T3 factories in its way. For a second I thought this was all TML queued up then. A lot of Elshis here now. Shield going on down for Grimplex. I think we're going to have to split screen this because there's 2 massive areas of attack going on. Gun going on the comm for Gingerbread Man. air fight over the base over here. Big push here now onto Wi-Fi's commander. As well as Akismet pushing in on Grimplex. But he cancels the shield. He cancelled the shield upgrade. Wi-Fi still on sub 4k HP. But this is a big push now. TML's going in on Grimplex's economy as well. Corsair's in on Akismet. A lot of units here, but a lot of this is actually T1 units. We have pillars and we have mongies in this mix as well. We have the odd few Ilshivers. But this is a big push now from Grimplex, trying to seal the kill over here as well. Wi-Fi might go down here, big push here, sub 500 HP, 400 HP. Wi-Fi is down by the Muffin Man. And we could see an ejection here as well by Grimplex over here. There is a lot of units in the area here. Might be a draw. He is sub 2k HP. This is going to be a draw over here against these two players. So we now go down to a 2v1 against Wesh. My god. Everything now goes over to Wesh to win this. 1500 against a 1900 and a 2000 player. He needs to keep these units pushing in towards these bases. He has T3 Air, getting the T3 Pigeon up. ACU for Muffin Man, going straight back home. Ooh. Didn't try and capitalize on the Navy for Wesh. Wesh's HU, not quite sure what he wants to do. Was going to bring it over here, now bringing it back slowly. Needs to keep these units pushing in. We have T2 gunships coming down the middle from Gingerbread Man. Gingerbread Man did get gun and stealth on his commander. This is a lot of blazers here though. Gunships incoming on the T3 HQ. Going for the power. AC for West does have gun, is moving up towards these blazers. Slowly pushing these units up towards Grimplex's old base. Harbingers are out now for Muffin Man. T3 is on the field for the top team. Pushing a lot of this back with this Zooey horde over here. Funny you say that, tower. We do have a transition to T2 Navy in the pond. T1 bombers trying to deal with the Zoe incursion over this side. These just wiping clean the old base of forward base of Wi-Fi now. Not quite sure what Wesh's plan is going to be here. One ACU is in the water, one ACU is all the way back home. We do have T3 land. So Wi-Fi did have the upgraded T3 land HQ over here, so we do have options on the field. T3 Air is now complete for Gingerbread Man. This It's just a lot of units, nothing will stop them from killing this ACU here. Getting that T3 Pigeon up. Wonder what is going to be planned for the air factory. Units heading directly towards the main base. Strat out for Wesh. Bringing all these Zooies back, right back towards the plateau, giving up all of this territory. A lot of units here now. Do have a few Optims, but there's a lot of shields placed, and we now have the Harbingers in the mix here as well. Cruiser, first unit out is a cruiser from the T2 Air Factory. T2 Air Factory, what am I on about? T2 Naval Factory. What did he do with that strat? There's the strat. Killing off T2 Mexes. ASF is out for Gingerbread Man. And there is a SAM that he's firing directly into. So there's not going to be much left for that strat to be able to accomplish. Did manage to clean up this incursion over here from Muffin Man. Slowly taking back this territory now from the Muffin Man. Not enough units here to deal with this last bit of the incursion here. A couple of us, one off them, a few LGs, but there's quite a few Harbingers here still. T1 Bomber dealing with all these Zooies. Wesh really just doesn't know what to do with his ACU at this point, just keeps wandering it around aimlessly. Knows, he must know that the ACU is in the water if he's going after with all those those twat bombers. But no, he's just going after the frigates with them. Just one scout, we would have known that the ACU is in the pond here. Wesh has started a chicken, so this could be interesting. We have the first experimental started for this game. Stadium now in production for the T2 Naval Factory. Zooies still pushing in against these units from the Muffin Man. We now have a support factory. Wait, what? We have 2 naval HQs from a 1900. Okay. These Zooies are doing work against these units over here. Keep pushing them back. How is that chicken looking? We're about 25, just over 25% on that chicken. Bit of a stalemate going on here now. Just fast forward it up a bit. Have Titans now in to deal with all these Zooies. Riptides in the middle getting Attacked now by the Salem. Muffin Man going T3 air as well. A lot of Titans here now to try and deal with all this land force here with all these Zoes. Gonna make quite easy work of it if they just kept microed. GC started for the Muffin Man. Chicken is on the move towards the Muffin Man. That GC is going to be completed before this chicken can get to the base. Salem's now doing this, and West controls K's with the Salem's pushing on his main base. GG. Grimplex's team wins.